Strong on the outside, broken on the inside. On today's episode, that's what we'll be talking about. This is Come Chat with Tolu. And today's conversation will not just be about what we see in our everyday life, but what people actually go through. It's about the time when you stop pretending to be fine, to be okay, to be strong all by yourself. It's about the time when you show yourself for who you really are, to show yourself, to prepare yourself for the healing that you have longed for, the healing that you've deserved. This is Come Chat with Tolu. Let's dive right in. On today's episode, we are joined by no other than Tomisi Anna Aro. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
She's also a social media personnel too.
I'm a what?
You're a social media personnel. Yes, now you don't know.
I don't know.
What's your social media handle?
Oh, everybody's on social media now. Doesn't make them personnel.
And now you guys should check out our page. She posts motivational quotes, things like that. It's very nice. I love her page. I always look out for the next drop. You guys should check it out. Tomisi Aro,
Tomisi Anna. Leave Aro.
What about Tomisi Anna? Yeah, you guys should check it out. It's actually very nice. So let's dive right in. Thank you for coming. You look really nice.
Pay me money.
Then when we blow, we go pay. Don't worry. We're still on that track. But yes. Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
So, a quick one. If someone looked at your life right now, would they think you are handling things well, even if you are not?
I think I get that a lot. You have things figured out. You handle things well.
That's how you look at me.
I believe so.
And that is because of the way you
Based on-
compose yourself and everything.
Eh,
Yeah, now you compose yourself really well.
Most times I'm freaking out. Like,
And you don't show it all the time now.
just learn to be calm, I guess. Or maybe because I was raised in a way that you have to look like it.
Look like it.
You know, like, okay, so let me tell you this.
Okay.
I have an auntie, whatever they call it, my mom's
Still correct.
younger sister.
Everything joins.
Okay. So whenever we're coming back from school, she will sit at the entrance of the house with cane. If we are dirty, she's going to meet us. If she's dirty, if your socks, like, it's at the entrance, we would off our uniform, off our shoe, off our socks. So I think things like that, growing up in such environments,
It motivated
I
you
learned
to
have
know.
yeah,
Okay.
live like you have it all figured out, even when you don't. So if I'm in school and I realize that my shoe is dirty, I'm like, I need to quickly wipe it because I don't have to look dirty. So
That's actually very nice. That's very nice. That's actually very calm. Because if we do not have that type of mentality with us, it will become now. If you didn't go through that, you will not be having life. You'll be struggling with some things, those type of things. Maybe.
maybe for real.
But it's part of the type of person that you are now.
Yeah,
So we all thank God for what we went through when we were small.
not all.
No, you guys thank God for everything now. Because if it didn't happen,
Oh,
you will not be who you are today now. You understand?
yeah.
Maybe if your mommy did not beat you at that time, at that moment, you not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. we can never see.
Get that, sure.
But let's move on. What's one phrase you hear often that sounds encouraging, but is actually emotionally dangerous?
You're strong.
You're strong. Okay. That explains itself. I understand what you mean, but
Yeah.
for the sake of every other person, let's have
Okay,
that.
so you're strong.
Hmm.
I think some always like to hear that.
To keep them going.
Maybe, or just to probably ease their ego, or just to praise them, or I don't know. But you're strong. I think growing up, I loved hearing it. Maybe because I was not strong, and probably somebody coming to tell me that you're strong makes me feel like, oh, okay, I think I'm covering it up. I think not every time. You don't need to be strong every time. There are times you need to be yourself. You need to be weak. Permit me to say so. I have issues with my friends that don't like to hear that you don't have to be strong all the time. Like, because there are times that they are not strong. They don't want to be strong.
And they don't want to let anybody
They
know.
don't want to let anybody know. They don't want to appear weak. It feels as if you appearing weak means you are not what you are, or you're not up to the standard you've set for yourself, which sometimes is true actually, because many people are living lives
I just had a previous episode. I had also a social media personnel too. His name is Daniel. The previous episode I had before this, we're talking about men's mental health and everything. So he said almost the same thing. And men always try to bring out this perspective that, oh my God, I'm strong.
Yeah.
Nothing is solved. Everything is okay. You understand? Which is a lie.
Yeah, true.
You're a man. You understand? You're big. You're muscular. Everything. You're the man of the house. But you're also a human being. There's everybody has their breaking point. You get me? So if you cannot be okay with your own breaking point and say that, okay, this is where I draw the line. I have close friends for a reason. There's a reason why I have friends. You understand? Then what's not the point? You understand? But let's move on. That was very nice. So the performance of strength. When did being strong stop meaning healthy and start meaning silent suffering?
I think when I was suffering.
Suffer.
Yeah, actually suffered. And by suffering, I mean emotionally. Like,
did they break your heart?
No, actually.
No,
yeah, of course. They don't break my heart. No, I mean, let's not go into that. But at that point, was not necessarily because someone broke my heart. So I was just exhausted from everything, from being strong,
life itself.
From life itself.
The apple.
And I was holding roles, I was holding position, I was in positions, and it just did not make sense that would appear weak. Like, where do I put all these people? Like, what do I do? And just like, I was suffering. Like, I was actually suffering. Like, it was bad. Like, I didn't even know till I got out of it. Lack of sleep, constant crying, and then
you did cry. No wonder you did fine now. Yes, now. She's very pretty now. You did cry.
Yeah,
I heard crying is healthy though.
Is it?
Yeah, but it doesn't show that you cry.
If you cry too much, you'll be dehydrated.
Then you go drink water now.
Everybody cries, bro.
Everybody cries.
Yeah, fine, fine, go cry.
You sure? Yeah, now you say so, but keep going.
So constant crying, like that was the time that I would not drink water. Once it's 6, I'm not taking water because I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to go and use the toilet. Because once I wake up, I would not sleep.
You start thinking about different things.
So I was suffering, and it was still that same time I would go outside and people would be like, "Oh my God, you have it all figured out." I'm like,
if you know what it is.
So I think it was at that point I realized that I'm fine, I'm strong, I'm good.
But you're out of it now.
Yeah.
We thank God for that. Thank God for that. Okay. Do you think society genuinely cares about people's pain or only admires it when it looks productive?
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't. They only admire it, like you say, when it's productive. When probably you now have a testimony to share, and people are like, "Oh, that's very brave."
You really went through that. Oh my God.
They never talk. Aside that, they really don't care. It takes, permits me to say, it takes favor.
Oh God.
For someone to look at you and actually want to care about what you're going through. Like, just out of the blue. Because
really
everybody is going through something. Yeah, we thank God for God. If not for God.
If not for God.
If not for God.
Now God help us. Why do we praise people? Now this one is actually very important, yeah? Why do we praise people who are breaking down quietly and judge those who ask for help loudly?
Because we are afraid.
Because we're afraid. Afraid of what exactly? What are you afraid of?
What?
And now, because we are afraid it is a winner. You're part of the winner, Abby. So what are we afraid of?
Okay, so I was reading that book downstairs, and What Life Couldn't Kill by Sam, and chapter 2, the jury in you. See, many times we judge because we are like them, and the reason why we judge and we praise is because we are afraid. Afraid to be seen the way they are being seen.
Afraid for our real self to be shown.
Yes, afraid to be seen as your weakness, that's because we too, that's the way we are wired. Once you see somebody crying, to you the person is weak. Once you see somebody, you hear words like, "Oh, that's cringe," "Oh, that's this, that's that," That's because that is your understanding or definition of what that is. And so you don't want to appear in such way because you don't want other people to see you as that. So it's just fear, insecurity. Yeah.
I feel people that judge others, they actually have their own. They actually see themselves in those people.
Yeah.
Like whenever I come across you now one day and I just see you crying all by yourself in the chapel or something, I'll come to you. I might laugh. I'm going to laugh.
Laugh.
I'm just joking.
You better not laugh.
I
You go laugh.
I'm going to ask you what happened. I'm not going to expect to get an answer. Because most people don't like talking about it when they are caught. So they're like, oh, it's nothing. Oh my God, nothing.
Oh, no.
That type of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. You understand? But
talk about it now.
Now, people that will actually laugh, they'll be like, they will not come to you. They will look at you from the corner. They will not call that friend. How far, Chibola? As he told me, they cry for the. Oh my God, why should they? Oh my, should they? You understand that type of thing? But me, that I call Jibola, I know that my own self give body. Maybe if I get back to the house, when everybody's crying, when everybody's sleeping, and I wake up and start crying. Hiding. But you that are showing your own, people not see you as
yeah,
which is actually
you
very
not
wrong.
hiding your own now. You're like,
Let's move on. Is strength today more about endurance than healing?
It's not about endurance. Why are you enduring? I think there was one time I was thinking, like, who brought about this endurance? Why do we have to endure? And I think it's growing up. That's why when I see parents beating their children and they're like, Otunke, I'll beat you because you're crying. Like, you're just like teaching that child to endure pain. Like, why? So who brought about endurance?
Well, we can't say, it's human nature.
Yeah, endurance is good. I won't lie. I mean, it's nice, but not to the extreme. There are times, please don't endure. Can you just let it out?
But I feel that from time to time, if you are in that type of situation, you should endure to when it is necessary, to when it is safe for you to let it out.
When is it safe to let it out? Like, I'm
going to interview now. It's there are times that it's safe and there are actually times that it's unsafe. At that point in time when you said that you were going through this and you had people that you didn't want to let down, if you're just giving an announcement now and something you just start crying, and it just comes and tears come, would you start crying?
Well, now I might.
You
but
might.
Then I definitely.
Why wouldn't you have? Why wouldn't you have?
Then because I can't say where those people are emotionally. I can't bank on their understanding of what strength is and what weakness.
Let me give you another example. If your friends should come to the room, oh my God, my boyfriend broke my heart, oh my God, this and that, after 6 years, blah blah blah.
Oh, after 6
You understand that? Telling you, and then you at that point before she entered the room, you're already crying, and it was just you in the room. Then you clean your eyes, this and that. Would you continue crying or you would comfort her?
I'll have to comfort her now.
Why?
Not because I'm not in pain, though. Because at that time I feel she needs more comfort.
It is not safe for you to now let it out at that time.
Oh, so like I get some scenarios, some circumstances.
Yes.
Okay.
So she might be your only friend in that school or at that point in that community, in that place, you know. So you have to keep it in until she's okay for her to listen to you and help you.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So basically, but let's move on. Okay. Why do we turn pain into motivational quotes instead of warning signs?
Warning signs, like how? Make me understand.
Okay, I got heartbroken last week. There's an example because
it's
an example, yeah. So I got heartbroken last week.
Okay.
Instead of me to now, let's say you're my close friend now, and I come, told me how far now, this up, this with this and that. Then you not tell me this and that, blah blah blah. Then I go on my status. Let's say I'm an influential type of person. I'm an influential type of person. Or someone comes and meets me, I'm like, no, be a big boy, this and that. Those type of motivation, you understand? So being like, no, listen. It's like giving them understanding, giving them like advices that will actually help that relationship. Not telling them because I'm now heartbroken, everybody should not be heartbroken, that type of thing. Why is it that we turn pain into motivational quotes? And not one
to appear like a victor.
But you're not a victor in your own story. That's the truth. Not yet.
Well, some already are.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Is that what you think, or that's what you know?
about that. What I shared earlier, that there was a time where I was always. I mean, I'm even already thinking back on that.
No tear can come out of that again.
No, a tear can, but it will not be as far. I'm still a victim. I'm out of it already. Like, I'm done with that phase, I believe. Back to why people turn pains into what again?
Why people turn pain into motivational quotes instead of warning signs?
Maybe because they want to appear strong. Maybe they want to appear.
Like
Back to this book I was reading, just to appear.
Everybody's gonna read the book. What's the name? What's the name of the book?
What life could listen, everybody. You need to. I highly recommend that book by that blessed Sam. What life couldn't kill.
I'll read it too. And I'll get back to you guys. Yeah,
I can give you, but no, I will finish it first.
Anyway, I don't know.
Like that book, it was like many times we judge because we want to feel superior, just want to feel like, oh, I have a better understanding, or I passed through this, so
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. You're not meant to do that. You're meant to be like, oh yeah, come. This is what happened. This is how I feel that you should go about it. You understand? I'm not meant to be like, oh, I don't pass through this type of thing.
See, as if they're even doing that from a place of love and compassion. What's Yashida? But it's really from a place of superiority, like
or pride.
Like, sit down. When I was your age, like
I feel. Okay, let's move on. Social media love stories, yeah. Social media love story, like stories like I struggled, I suffered, and I made it. Those type of things. But nobody talks about the people who didn't survive the struggle. Why do you think that is? Those people that fell along the way, those people that fell and couldn't get back up. Why aren't people talking about those? Why are they talking about those people that made it?
Like, I don't know. Maybe because they're afraid to put fear or courage. I mean, you hear stories about, for example, women giving birth and dying, and it just feels like, you know what, some people are like, I'm never going to get married because of this, because I don't want to give birth.
I have friends like that.
I eventually get married, we're adopting, I'm not.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just because they've heard stories or they've seen that women have gone into.
So sorry to cut you off. There's one that's actually I actually have to say it because it's hilarious, but it's not actually something I'm meant to say. But she's scared of getting married because she doesn't want to give birth to an autistic child.
What?
Exactly. Like you get.
Oh.
It's outrageous. I get her fear. Maybe her brother or her friend or something. You understand?
Or she's taking in too much content.
Yes, exactly. Which is not even right. You understand? But still. But continue what you're saying.
Anyway, so like seeing that people are like, you know, I'm never going to get married, or even if I get married, I'm not having a child. So I think if I were to answer that based on what I know, I would say maybe they're just trying to avoid people having the fear that they will never overcome.
So it's just basically fear. Everybody overcome fear, shout.
But let's look at it like this. Let's imagine you've heard stories about a problem and people have never survived it. And then along the line, you find out you have the problem. Do you think you'll ever survive?
Come in.
So, I've tried to come up with a challenge or something. I can't seem to. So, let's say you've heard about this particular problem and it just feels like. So, for example, let's say Forex trading.
Okay.
For example.
Don't go far.
I don't know much about this anyway.
Yeah.
But let's say that based on what you've heard, based on what you've seen, based on what you've experienced, people are always losing. Like, you don't seem to find anybody winning. When you want to try out Forex trading, do you think you
depends on the motivation, depends on the mentality.
But based on what you see.
That's why I said motivation and mentality. The motivation is already bad.
Exactly.
Yet. Let me give you the story now.
I like how this thing for two of us.
Yeah, now it's a conversation.
Okay.
It's when I was in secondary school, I never knew I could run. I never knew I could run. So I was always there doing it at sport until J3, JS3. They called Alpha Alpha, enter track, that kind of thing. I ran. I think first or second, I don't even remember. I shall ride. We won. Understand? So that gave me the motivation. That gave me the push. Not that people in my house were fast, but I never just saw it as a motivation to go and start running. I was just like, okay, let them do. I didn't, but when they now said come and do, I was like, I've already seen my competition. You understand? I was already motivated that okay, at least I'm not an athlete. Let's just do it. But that's no money. Let's go into money now, as you said, forex trading. But you know, if it's a business now, or something like that you want to put a large amount of money and you see people failing, or you see people losing. If you have a strong mentality, the motivation doesn't matter.
But what forms the mentality?
Yes, the motivation is part of the thing that forms the mentality.
All you have seen.
If you have a strong mentality, nothing is going to shake you. If you are the only person in your class, if everybody is failing psychology, you're studying psychology. If everybody is failing psychology and you enter 100 level and you're ready, bam, you're going to tell you that you're ready, failing. What will be your next step? Would you change course?
If it was without 100 level, I would. Well, I'm not studying psychology because I want to. I think the purpose of me studying psychology is not happening. But let's think of if I'm entering Caleb and I'm Caleb University and you're like, psychology, nobody is to pass or nobody. I'll go follow my lecture like, Mom, I think we need to. I think let's change course,
Will you not wait for first semester exam?
What?
And now
No.
So you're already scared. You're already scared of.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
Let's say it's something that you love to do. Would you still do it? Yeah. Let's say you were moved by something that happened in your life that made you study psychology. Would you still do it? Get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You love doing it, but people are not excelling in it. Does that mean that you're failing?